Alright, as the self-proclaimed clown main, when I saw footage of the possible clown rework, I knew I would eventually have to make a video on it. Sadly, we haven't gotten any new info since that leak, so for now, I'm going to list 3 possible changes I would like to see in the upcoming rework for the clown. As an idiot who mains this giant tubby boy, I have spent a lot of hours with him, and even created the first real guide you could find on him on YouTube. Unless you count Bricky's case file, then I'm the second. To structure the video, I'm going to start with the change that I believe can actually make it into the game. And then I'll end the video with a change I really don't think will make it in, but I would like it to be considered. So to begin, as of right now, the clown is still the worst killer in the game. The twins have a strong argument for that, but I'm not labeling them the worst killers just yet, because they came out in December, and I believe the killers need more time than a month to really challenge the clown for his trash can throne. So keep in mind that as the worst killer in the game, I believe the clown needs some drastic changes to get him back into the game. The first change I'm going to suggest, and I believe can actually make it in, is his reload speed. After playing the Deathslinger for a really good amount of time, also making a guide on it, something bothered me about his character. For what the Deathslinger does, his reload speed can be incredibly fast, and add-ons make this faster. Because of this, I suggest a mechanic where the reload speed for the clown depends on how many bottles you used. Having 3 bottles out of 4 when reloading will give you a dramatically faster reload speed. 2 out of 4 bottles will have a slightly quick reloading speed, and 1 to 0 bottles out of 4 will be the same reloading speed we are used to. Add-ons will affect the reload speed depending on the max amount of bottles. My personal justification for this is with the Deathslinger, his ability actively brings the survivor to him. In most cases, he can down you within seconds if you're injured. But on the flip side, the clown's bottles simply make you a bit slower, and the clown still has to actively get himself to the survivor. But looking at Deathslinger, he can reload mid-chase and be totally fine, while Clown cannot do that without losing a great amount of distance. In most cases, if you know what you're doing with Clown, you won't even reload in the middle of a chase. If you watch me play Clown, you will know it's very rare for me to run out of bottles chasing a single person. With how this mechanic is set up, it will actively reward players who are performing well with Clown's bottles by negating the amount of time you spend reloading. And remember, Dead by Daylight is a game of seconds, so every second you save helps out. Speaking of rewards, that's the theme of my second suggestion. Sometimes as Clown, I throw a bottle in the air and it travels far and wide, and when it finally lands, it hits the survivor directly in the back of the head. And you know what I get for it? A scream, and some slight distance gain on them while they are slowed. To reward skill shots such as that, I would like to suggest a mechanic that makes the bottles deadlier when it travels a certain distance. My suggestion is when a bottle travels around 28 meters and hits a survivor directly, not only will the slow penalty be increased and last longer, the bottle should be able to damage the survivor as well. The distance on this suggestion can definitely be negotiated, but it would be nice to finally be rewarded for hitting an incredibly hard shot. Because of the nature of the bottle's trajectory, it can be really hard to hit a survivor that is already running directly with that bottle. But when you do, you should be absolutely rewarded for it. This is something that happens rarely, so I don't think it's too much to ask, but you know what, I'm gonna ask for more, damn it. I would also like to add, when the bottle travels 28 meters and hits a generator directly, it should cause that generator to pop. And now it cannot be worked on for at least 5 seconds. The reason why I'm suggesting this is because Clown's notorious downfall is his lack of map pressure. And with this mechanic, he can have some more help in that department by rewarding Clown players who are able to hit shots like that by stalling progression that survivors can make. Now for my final suggestion that I personally do not think will happen, I would like to give the Clown an extra ability. In recent killer design of Dead by Daylight, a lot of killers have been getting a secondary ability added to their kit. Doctor with his shock blast, Pyramid Head with his ranged attack, and Freddy with his teleport are a few to name. Now, I know what we saw from the Clown leak involving different colored gas may be his new secondary, but my suggestion would be to have his secondary cover for his poor map pressure. To do this, I would like the clown to have an ability to pick a gen, and after a short activation period, make that gen erupt with his gas, causing survivors near it to scream and be slowed, while preventing progression on that gen for about 5 seconds. The reasoning for the progression prevention is because even if the survivors are afflicted with the clown's gas, they could still ignore it and stay on the gens. But by taking away their ability to work on that gen, you give the clown time to make his way to the gen and defend it, which will make up for his poor map pressure. This ability will have a cooldown more than likely similar to Freddy's cooldown on his teleport. Originally, I thought it'd be cool to deplete 4 bottles in exchange for blowing up a gen, but without a cooldown in a 3-gen situation, you could just keep blowing up the gen, reload, and do it again, causing an incredibly boring game, so I kinda threw out that idea out the window. But anyways, those are my 3 suggestions to rework the clown. I gotta say, I know the leak is not the final product, but I sincerely hope the clown is getting more than a secondary bottle type, and I hope even more that they leave the rest of his kit alone. Trust me, the kit is fine as it is. Despite what everyone says, a good clown is deadly in a chase. What he really needs is some changes to make up for his glaring weaknesses. But no matter what happens, the big boy will always be my favorite, and I'll still enjoy my time with him. Unless they absolutely gut him, then I'll probably drop the game entirely and throw hands with the development team. And I mean it, I will fucking throw hands with each and every single one of them. But that's it for the video. I have a Blight tutorial that was coming out, but the footage got deleted and now I gotta record a bunch of Blight games all over again. Ugh. For now, if you liked the video, you should like the video and leave a comment, cause that stuff keeps me going as a small channel. I'm Chris from Genuine Chill, and hope to see you all next time.